meats and cheeses to have it bagged and ready for you when you get there. The General Store on 24 is located on Route 24 in Lewis.
Siobhan Fallon Hogan, good morning.
Hi, good morning.
Good morning.
Hey.
Good morning. I love it. You're Ocean City in Delaware. You're kind of in my neck of the woods.
Really? Tell us about that.
Well, I raised my kids in Rumson. I'm from upstate New York originally, but I'm from there. My son dates a girl from D.C., and their family goes to Ocean City.
Really?
Very nice.
Really? Wow. Interesting. Well, you know what? I'm a big Commanders fan, and we live in Ocean City. We're right there.
I can hear the accent. I can hear it.
Do I really? All right. Do I really have an accent?
Oh my gosh. Yeah, live right there. I love it.
In Ocean City, huh? Come down the ocean, hon.
On the ocean.
Yeah.
I love that.
Well, look, thank you so much for checking in. We appreciate it. We've seen you in so many films over the years: Men in Black, Forrest Gump, The Negotiator, Holes, Daddy Daycare. I mean, the list goes on and on.
You're incredible.
Right away, when I saw your picture, I remembered you from Men in Black. That's what I remembered you as the crazy woman that the bug guy goes into.
Yeah, and he goes, "Get your fat ass back in the house." And people say to me, I know that I'm having a bad day and I need to put on a little mascara when they're like, "Hey, aren't you the lady from Men in Black?" And I'm like, "Oh, darn it."
Yes, you have been in like some huge films. Like, how did you get into like being an actress and how did you get started? Because I mean, you're not just on like a whole bunch of like mediocre films. I mean, you're in some of the big ones.
Yes.
Well, you know what? Here's the deal. My family, I never had a big ego because my family wouldn't let me. And they were like, "You're not being an actress. That's ridiculous." And I was like, "Shut up. Yes, I am." So anyway, I moved to New York City, and I was a loser. And I was like, what is going to happen? And my parents were like, "You got to get home and go to law school or something." I'm like, "I can't go to law school. I'm an idiot." So anyway, I got in this improv group. I auditioned back 1,000 years ago.
Right.
And this guy said to me, "Well, why don't you write a one-person show?" So I wrote a one-person show and put it up in the lobby of a theater, of an off-Broadway theater. People thought they were going to an off-Broadway show, and I rented the lobby. And the long and short of it, Seinfeld came and SNL came. And so I got really lucky, and that opened a lot of doors for me.
And you were on SNL, right?
Yeah, SNL, and then Seinfeld. I was Elaine's roommate, and then so it opened up so many doors for me in film, which was so lucky. And then when my third daughter was going off to college about 5 years ago, I thought, my God, I'm not domestic and I can't clean, so I got to write a movie because I don't have no one's casting me. Or if they are, it's not big part. So I wrote my first film, Rush, and that came out 2 years ago. And then when I was all ready to take a rest, this idea came to me in the middle of the night. I was like, what if there's a guy on death row and there's a washed-up country singer, cougar wannabe, who ends up guarding him?
Man, what out of the box thinking?
Robert Patrick from the Terminator is one of my best friends. I'm like, put him in there as the warden, and we're all these broken characters coming together with this guy facing death in 10 days, and let's see what happens.
Oh, my God.
And that's your new film.
That's my new film.
Wow,
and then,
Shelter.
And then it came time to distribute it, and my husband and I were like, okay, you know what? We're done with these distributors because they take so much money. Let's distribute it ourselves. We're big boy and girl. So anyway, we pushed and pushed, and about a month ago, we got a call from AMC. We love your movie, and we want to do a wide release. And the next thing you know, Regal called, and we've been just out of our minds about it.
That's
Thrilled.
Incredible. Well, congrats. I mean, that's awesome.
That is huge.
Thank you. And like I said, we filmed the thing in 16 days. We're on a shoestring budget, and we depend on social media so much for people to share it. So please, I hope your listeners will follow us at Shelter in Solitude on Instagram, or follow me at Siobhan Fallon Hogan. And next Friday, October 6th, it's going to be all over. Please get out there and go see it. And check the trailer out on the AMC and Regal website.
Yes, absolutely. Again, new film, Shelter in Solitude, comes out October the 6th. Check it out. And you're exempt from the strike restrictions on that film.
I am, because we didn't take a dime from the studios. You want to know why? They wouldn't give it to us.
Right.
So as long as you don't take any money, you're allowed to promote.
But
I'll be on Seth Meyers on Wednesday night, and we're just promoting it like crazy.
Are you allowed to talk to us about some of your past experiences? Because I'm getting ready to ask you about Seinfeld. Is that? Are you allowed to talk about that?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like working with Larry David, being on Seinfeld. I mean, those are in my opinion, Larry David's like one of my faves of all time, and just
First
being.
of all, he's a great guy.
Yeah.
I get on Seinfeld. The first season I'm on, they don't know if they're going to get picked up. They're like, oh, God, we don't know if we're going to get a pickup. So I was there from, like, the beginning when it was like they were worried to them being, of course, just unbelievable, headed out of the ballpark. My first episode was playing Tina's roommate. I mean, Elaine's roommate. I was Tina, and I was supposed to be an actress. And Larry calls me at home. He goes, Siobhan, I don't know, when you do a sitcom, it's got to be 22 minutes. We got to cut your part way down. I thought he was going to fire me.
Right.
So I said, hey, listen, Larry, as long as I'm not fired, I don't care. So I said to the prop girl, hey, you got to want one of those water bottles with like a long straw? And I took the longest sip out of a straw drink in the history of television just to buy myself some time.
Right.
Screen time. But they work. The reason that show is great is, number one, they're great people, but number two, they worked so hard.
Yeah.
Like, they did not rely on their laurels. They worked their tails off to make that great. And I'm so fortunate to have been a part of it.
Well, I got to ask you, because I'm sure I know you've seen Curb Your Enthusiasm. So is Larry like Larry? Is that exactly how he really is?
Yes, he is. He's hysterical. He's a character. He's a great guy. He's all that.
So funny.
You just made my day. You just made my day. I love it. And then real quick, how about Men in Black? The big wigs on that show as well.
Okay, so Men in Black, first of all, for the people that are 100 years old like me, it was filmed on the Little House on the Prairie set. And my daughter, she was a big journalist, her name's Bernadette Hogan. She was the City Hall bureau chief of the New York Post. She just left to go on New York One. Well, she was a baby then, so that's how long ago it was. And I went out to L.A., and I thought it was going to be there for like 3 days. Well, there was like a monsoon practically for like 2 weeks.
Wow.
And when it rains in California, a girl did to warn you, the wheels on a truck, if you're going up a hill, don't catch because the ground, it doesn't absorb right, or it's like clay. So day after day, they couldn't get to my scene. And I was like, I have to get home to my baby. I can't take this. I thought I was only coming for 2 days.
Right.
Well, Vincent D'Onofrio is playing, my husband who turns into the monster, at the alien or whatever. And I'm there day after day. And, he's like, very complimentary. The lines were like, get your big fat ass back in the house. and anyway, I said to Barry Sonnenfeld, Barry, on the last night, I said, because if you're the big star, you get to shoot first, and then they turn the camera on you.
Right.
And I could catch a red eye if he would let me go home. Because he's out in California. Well, Vincent's in all kinds of pain. You remember how his eyeballs were? Like, he'd have to have eye drops in because they pulled the eyelids down so low. So he was very uncomfortable. And Barry said, Vincent, Siobhan has a baby. Do you mind if she goes first? And he let me go first. And I was like, that's a good guy. That's a good guy.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Well, look, we're running a little bit short on time, but again, your new film, Shelter in Solitude, comes out October the 6th. If people want to check it out again, how can they do that?
They can go to the Regal and YouTube channels. You can order your tickets in advance, and you can see the trailer on that. You can follow us on the Instagram, as I said, at Shelter in Solitude. It's going to be all over the country, and just support us next weekend because we need support opening weekend. And I'll be on Seth Meyers Wednesday night and some other talk shows. And thank you guys so much for having me on, and God bless.
Absolutely. Siobhan Fallon Hogan, thank you. You have a great day.
Thank you.
Thanks, you too.
Throwback Thursday. Here's Paramore. We'll wrap up next.